Okay, so how to check the code, how to write the code, what may be the errors, silly errors that maybe will be mistaken by us. So that we'll talk about this all these things, right? So till now, what we have seen that how to write a code, what is the basic things of Python variables, Python data types. So this all these things we have seen. Also that we have also seen that in the last session we have seen that how to write the code. So better way to visualize the code, or we can say it's aesthetic view of the code, because in the Python programming, the aesthetic view is also important. So how to write the code syntax wise, that what we have seen. So syntax wise means what should be the variable, from where it should be start, what should be the data type. So this is called syntax point of view. And another is called aspect. We are called aesthetic view. It is called in that there may not be any syntax error, but the aspect that view for aesthetic view is also important for us. So once we recap all this thing till now, we have seen, and we'll start the programming of the some problem is given, predefined problems. Okay, so basically till now what we have seen, so we have started with variable. So how to write the variable? Variable should not start with numbers. It can be start with alphabetical or underscore, but till now we are not going to start that underscore, that syntax with underscore. So we'll start with alphabeticals, and we can include underscore in the in between of the that name. Okay, that we have seen the first thing that we have seen the it's called variable declaration. In the last session we have seen that how to write multiple variables in the same line. So there's a two way to write the multiple variables. One is called semicolon. We are separating this with semicolons, and another way is we can define let that x comma y comma z is equal to and value of that three variables. Okay, then after we have started called data types. So we have seen all this type of data types. Okay, so we have started, basically we have started with operators. So that operators means that may be arithmetic operator, there may be logical operators. So I think six types of operators we have seen in the all the sessions. Okay, so there will be bitwise operator, membership operators, so identity operators. All these operators we have seen in the last sessions, and after that we have covered the data types. So with all these data types called integer, float, complex, list, tuple, set, dictionary, all these data type we have seen. So today we are going to make a program using all this knowledge. અત્યાર સુધી જે ભણ્યા છે બધા knowledge નો ઉપયોગ કરી અને today we are going to make one program or one problem. Okay, so problem may be anything. Okay, so problem basically consists of basic idea. તમને programming કેવી રીતે, તમને suppose કે exam માં કોઈ question પૂછો, how to formulate that, convert into program way. So basically first thing you need to understand that what exactly problem is. તમને શું problem આપ્યો છે, એક વખત એક બે વખત વાંચી જવાનું, what exactly problem is. After that what you need to do is you need to divide that problems. So basically where to divide the problem, basically any problem is divided into three parts. So already we have discussed, one is called input side, one is called process, and one is called output. So basically what inputs are input, what inputs we required for to run this program. So that we first you need to define that thing, and what exactly program is asking or ask to give output. So that you need to keep in mind that this thing should be output. And in between the process, what exactly your program is, in that process box, that you need to think logically. Okay, so how to create a logic behind any program or behind any problem, this there is a called tricky way. Okay, so suppose for every program there is a different logic. There is not same logic for every program. but the step is may almost same. Okay, that maybe some changes also are there with different program or different problems, but the way, or we can say the method will be almost same. Suppose if any problem is given, so as I told you, the input is required, output is required. Then if it is input is there, then input should be processed. So input should be processed means that that declarations of that particular variables of input should be there. After declaration of that variable, whatever in terms of variables you require, in maybe in string form, it may be integer form, it may be float form, it may be list, tuple, whatever data type you require, you just convert that your list, or convert that your input into that particular data type. So this process will be common for all these things. So input, then conversions of your particular input, that to particular data types, because as we know in the last session we have discussed that input is always in string form. Okay, so string form, if it is required string form, there is no conversion is required, but it may be integer, it may be float, so there should be the conversions of that particular data types is required over there. Okay, so first thing that we require to convert that thing. After conversion, now we need to look into the problem. So what problem is asking to do? Problem શું કહે છે? Problem ની અંદર શું કરવાનું છે? The process will be, you need to understand. So simple, there may be simple process, there may be simple addition will be there may be simple multiplication will be there. So there is a called mathematical operation will be there may be operation of string operation may be there may be looping operation may be there. So as per different problem, there is a different method we can apply over there. So what type of problem is there, then we need to think that problem in, we can divide that problem in parts. So there's multiple solutions of problem will be there. Okay, so અહીંથી હું કહું છું કે અહીંથી મારે અમદાવાદ જવું છે, તો there will be different way to go to અમદાવાદ. Okay, so સીધા આપણે જે રસ્તો જે રીતે બી જઈ શકીએ વાયા શું કહેવાય, જે તમારો રસ્તો છે મહેસાણા થઈ બીજો રસ્તો તમે ત્યાંથી બી જઈ શકો છો ગાંધીનગર થઈને ત્યાં. Okay, so there is a different way to go to end solution. So there may not be exact solution is there. So you cannot say that in program way is defined for particular way. આ રીતે જ તમારો પ્રોગ્રામ લખો, it is not like that. There will be my programming will be different, your programming is different, but what exactly you required is output. If your output of my program is same as output of your program, means that's all. So that you require. તમને શું જોઈએ છે? આઉટપુટ જોઈએ છે. તમને પ્રોબ્લેમ શું પૂછ્યો છે કે આ ઇનપુટ માટે આઉટપુટ જોઈએ છે. સો પ્રોસેસ મે બી એનીથિંગ. તમને ચા બનાવવાનું કીધું તો ચા બનાવવાનું પ્રોસેસ છે. ઇનપુટ તમારે શું હશે? ચા, ખાંડ, દૂધ, આ ઇનપુટ છે અને છેલ્લે તમને ચા બનશે, પણ એની પ્રોસેસ જે છે મે બી ડિફરન્ટ. દૂધ ઉકાળી બરાબર પછી અંદર ચા ખાંડ નાખશે, કોઈ પહેલા પાણી ગરમ કરી પાણીની અંદર ચા ખાંડ નાખીને પછી ઉપરથી દૂધ નાખશે, બટ આઉટ ધ એન્ડ રિઝલ્ટ વિલ બી સેમ. ધેટ્સ કોલ્ડ ટી. સો સેમ વે પ્રોગ્રામિંગ મેથડની અંદર બી તમારી પ્રોસેસ જે અંદરની છે કેન બી વેરીડ, બટ આઉટપુટ શુડ બી સેમ. Then and only we can say these two program are same. Okay, so તમે અત્યારે જોઈ શકો છો કે there is a different way. સપોઝ કે અત્યારે મોબાઈલની અંદર તમે જોશો ઘણી બધી એપ્લિકેશનો છે, ડિફરન્ટ એપ્લિકેશન, બટ મે બી ધ વર્ક વિલ બી ડન બાય સેમ. ઓકે, કારણ તમે પીડીએફ વ્યુઅર તમે જોવો છો, પીડીએફ વ્યુઅર્સની ઘણી બધી એપ્લિકેશન્સ છે, બધાનું કામ શું છે? It will take input as a PDF file and it will show to your screen. તમને સ્ક્રીન ઉપર દેખાડશે. But every applications are different method. અલગ મેથડ્સ છે બધાની, બટ રિઝલ્ટ ઇઝ સેમ. બધાનું રિઝલ્ટ સેમ છે. કેલ્ક્યુલેટરની એપ્લિકેશન લઈ લો, બધાની અંદર કેલ્ક્યુલેટરની એપ્લિકેશન તમે સર્ચમાં છો ત્યારે લોટ્સ ઓફ કેલ્ક્યુલેટર અવેલેબલ એપ્લિકેશન્સ કેલ્ક્યુલેટરની. બધાનું કામ શું છે? એ જ છે નોર્મલ જે ફંક્શન છે, પણ ધ એસ્થેટિક વ્યૂઝ વિલ બી ચેન્જ, some additional function will be there, but mostly the thing is same. કહી શકો તમારે 1+1 કરવું જોઈએ તો આન્સર બધામાં 2 જ આવશે. ઓકે, so this way programming may internal part of programming may be slightly varied. Okay, તો એમ કોઈ ચિંતા નહીં કરવાની કે ભાઈ એક્ઝેક્ટ હું જે રીતનો પ્રોગ્રામ તમને કહું છું એક્ઝેક્ટ પ્રોગ્રામ શુડ બી લાઈક ધેટ વે ઓનલી. You can change your program as per your knowledge and as per your convenience. તમને લાગે છે કે નહીં આ વસ્તુ પહેલા થવી જોઈએ પછી આ વસ્તુ થશે but result will be same. Okay, so that is okay, there is no problem behind that. Okay, but the logic of some problem will be almost same. લોજિક બંનેનું સેમ જ હશે. જે ચાની વાત કરી ચાનું લોજિક શું છે કે ઉકાળવું તો પડશે જ, ભલે તમે દૂધ ઉકાળો કે ખાંડ ઉકાળો, બાકી સીધું જ તમે ખાંડની અંદર સોરી દૂધની ગરમ કર્યા વગર દૂધની અંદર તમે ચા ખાંડ નાખી દો હલાવી દો તો ચા ના બને, બરોબર. એની પ્રોસેસ શું છે? ઉકાળવાની પ્રોસેસ છે. આ પ્રોસેસ ઉકાળવાની જે પ્રોસેસ છે, ગરમ કરવાની જે પ્રોસેસ છે, વિલ બી સેમ ફોર ઓલ, બરોબર. તો અમુક જે હાર્ટ જે છે કોઈ બી પ્રોગ્રામનો હાર્ટ વિલ બી સેમ. ઓકે, તો એ હાર્ટ સમજવાનું છે, હાર્ટ તમારે સમજવાનું છે કે હાર્ટ શું છે પ્રોગ્રામ. ઇફ યુ નો ધેટ હાર્ટ ઓફ ધેટ પ્રોગ્રામ, મેઇન કોન્સેપ્ટ ઓફ ધેટ પ્રોગ્રામ, બાકી પછી તમે ગમે તે લખી શકો. ઓકે, તમને કહ્યું છે કે ચલો એક પ્રોબ્લેમ લઈએ તો તમને શું થશે? અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડિંગ બી થશે. One problem is like that. Write a Python program which accept the radius of circle from the user and compute the area. Okay, just write down to your notepad. I'm writing that problem to you. Write a Python program which accepts the radius of a circle from the user and compute the area. Simple problem. Once again I repeat, write a Python program which accepts the radius of circle from the user and compute the area. Simple. તો આની અંદર ત્રણ ભાગ તમે પાડી શકો. કોઈ બી પ્રોગ્રામ આપણે જનરલ નોર્મલ ત્રણ ભાગ પાડતા હોઈએ છીએ. એક છે ઇનપુટ સેક્શન, બીજો છે પ્રોસેસ સેક્શન છે, અને ત્રીજો આઉટપુટ સેક્શન છે. So what will be the input to this program? Input is already written that from user there is input is, so Python program will accept the radius of circle. So it will accept what? The radius of the circle from user and compute the area. So basically what it will do inside the process, it will compute the area. And what should be the output? Area is output, because basically computation is required for area, and basically area will be output. So input will be your radius and output will be your area. In between there is a process. A simple તમારો ટાસ્ક થયો. કોઈ બી પ્રોગ્રામ તમે લખો તો આ સિમ્પલ તમારો પ્રોગ્રામનો ટાસ્ક થયો. ઓકે, તો હવે આની અંદર આપણે પ્રોગ્રામ કેવી રીતે બનાવીશું? સિમ્પલ પ્રોગ્રામ છે, આમાં કોઈ મોટું છે નહીં, પણ જેને પ્રોગ્રામિંગ લાગતું હોય કે ટફ છે એના માટે છે તમને સમજાવું છું કે simple process, nothing else. Okay, so what you required is you need input as a your radius. Okay, so how to write these, how to take the input from the user? There is a command of input. So with this we'll go with problem solution also. Just let me share the screen of that compiler. Okay, so you might be your screen will be visible. Okay, it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what exactly we required is we required as your input. So just I'll, for sake of your understanding, I'm making in between there is a called comments. So first we will take from user. Okay, so first we'll take input from user. So what will be the command for input? So simple, it is called input command. So but that command, it will take the input where it will keep that input. Some variable should be there that will keep that input. Okay, તમે input લેશો અને ક્યાંય મૂકશો નહીં, so how you can process that? તમે input ક્યાંક તો લેશો, ક્યાંક variable માં લેશો, and that variable should be variable will keep that record of input, and that you can use afterwards in the program. So what exactly you required is, first you require the input section. So input section, we are taking input as a radius. Suppose we'll taking the input as a radius and we just name is at radius, so we can give as a any name. So we are giving the name as radius, no problem, you can give any name. You can just simply give the name as r only. R भी તમે નામ આપી શકો, હું આખો radius भी નામ આપી શકું છું, whatever you require. અથવા તમે radius ની જગ્યાએ rad લખવું છે, so that also I can do. But the thing you need to keep in mind that the constant that variables that predefined in the Python program, that you can't use. Okay, એ તમને ખાલી ધ્યાન રાખવાનું છે. Okay, so I can write like that input. What you require the input. So basically, if you'll see that input we can take right now, but some user need to what it will ask user to give some input. Okay, so we'll write something that user can understand. That means you are programmer. એટલું તમારે ધ્યાન રાખવાનું, તમે પ્રોગ્રામર છો, તમારી સામે યુઝર છે. માની લો કે તમે યુ આર ડેવલપિંગ સમ વેબસાઇટ, તમે કોઈ વેબસાઇટ બનાવી રહ્યા છો અત્યારે અહીંયા, અને વેબસાઇટ શું, તમે યુ આર ડેવલપર, અને વેબસાઇટ એની કેન બી પબ્લિક ડોમેઇનમાં છે, anyone can use that website, કોઈ બી વેબસાઇટ યુઝ કરી શકે. So user need to understand that what exactly you are asking. તમે શું માંગી રહ્યા છો, યુઝર ને તમને સમજણ પડવી જોઈએ. બાકી યુઝર તો શું કરશે, it can give any input. Okay, so you don't know what to give inside. So first you need to understand. Suppose કે Google form તમે ભરી રહ્યા છો, તો Google form માં શું આવે, it will write enter your name, enter your enrollment number, તમારો મોબાઈલ નંબર તમે નાખશો. તો આ બધી ફિલ્ડ તમને માગે છે. તો આ ફિલ્ડ તમને માગે છે એટલે તમને ખ્યાલ આવે કે બરાબર પહેલા ફિલ્ડમાં તમારું નામ માંગ્યું છે, નામ લખો. બીજા ફિલ્ડમાં તમારો એનરોલમેન્ટ નંબર માંગ્યો છે, એનરોલમેન્ટ નંબર લખો. ત્રીજા ફિલ્ડમાં તમારો નંબર માંગ્યો છે, મોબાઈલ નંબર તો મોબાઈલ નંબર નાખો. So that called the instruction is given. Without instruction, user doesn't understand what exactly you are asking. So we are generating that instruction. So we are writing instruction, enter the radius of circle. Okay, so what a user will do, it will enter the radius, and that radius will goes to rad, that variable. Okay, so here two things we can do. We just we can suppose just this only program if will run, it will work. Okay, so it will ask to enter the radius of circle. Okay, so if we are entering the radius of circle, just near to that it will start to enter anything. I can give the value. So suppose I am giving the value as 12.3. So if 12.3 is given, so it looks not better, because after circle immediately it will start writing something. So better you will just give the value, or we can say after new line. So I can put /n over here, /n, sorry, /n over here, and I can run that program. So it will goes to next line, and I can enter the value. So it will look nicer way to represent that value. So enter the radius of circle 12.3. That's all. Now one thing we have done, that is called input portion. Now what you required is, you require that we need to find out the area of this circle. Now what will be the equation of area of circle, that you know. તમારું જે હાર્ડ જે છે, હાર્ડ આવ્યું છે હવે. સો હાર્ડ જો તમને ખબર નહીં, એની પ્રોસેસ તમને નહીં ખબર હોય, કોઈ મેથેમેટિકલ પોઈન્ટ ઓફ વ્યૂમાં આવ્યું હોય કે લોજિકલ પોઈન્ટ ઓફ વ્યૂ તમને કંઈ પૂછ્યું હોય, ઇફ યુ ડોન્ટ નો ધ હાર્ડ, યુ આર નોટ એબલ ટુ do a program. So that hard you should know. એન્ડ જે હાર્ડ આજે એનું દરેકનું જે મેઇન કોન્સેપ્ટ છે ક્યારે તમને આવડશે કે જ્યારે સપોઝ રેડિયસ નો કોન્સેપ્ટ ક્યારે આવડે તમને ત્યારે રેડિયસ નો કોન્સેપ્ટ આવડે ને એ રીતે ઘણા બધા પ્રોગ્રામ એવા છે કે જે ઇફ યુ વોન્ટ લુક એટ ધેટ પ્રોગ્રામ તમે પ્રોગ્રામ સામે દેખ્યા બી નહીં હોય એ પ્રોગ્રામ તમને પ્રોગ્રામ પૂછવો હશે યુ ડોન્ટ નો ધ હાર્ટ ઓફ ધેટ પ્રોગ્રામ ઇફ યુ ડોન્ટ નો ધ હાર્ટ ઓફ પ્રોગ્રામ યુ આર નોટ એબલ ટુ ડુ ધેટ પ્રોગ્રામ ખાલી પ્રોગ્રામિંગ માટે આ જ વસ્તુ છે તમને જો એનું હાર્ટ જ ખબર નથી બરોબર સપોઝ તમને કોઈ એમ કે છે હાઉ ટુ ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ ધ લીપ યર નો પ્રોગ્રામ બનાવો ઓકે સો યુ ડોન્ટ નો ધ હાર્ટ ઓફ લીપ યર કેવી રીતે શોધવું એ તમને હાર્ટ ખબર નથી તો પછી આગળ મેથેમેટિકલ ઇક્વેશન યુ આર નોટ એબલ ટુ ડુ ધેટ ઓકે સો ધ હાર્ટ ઓફ એવરી પ્રોગ્રામ યુ શુડ નો અને હાર્ટ ક્યારે આવશે યુ ઇફ યુ ડુ ધેટ ડિફરન્ટ પ્રોગ્રામ્સ તમે જાતે પ્રોગ્રામ કર્યો હશે પ્રેક્ટિસ કરી છે પ્રોગ્રામિંગ then only you can do that programming for that particular that problem is given okay so now what is required is process the process is called the heart and heart of this problem is called find out the area now how to find out the area so can you give the relation between area and radius
pi r square
yes pi r square simple it is called pi r square so there is a two way to do the program I'm writing two types of program over here okay first thing is called we have taken the input there is the first part of program we are doing over here this is called first type of process first type of process okay I'm doing that process now you require simple you know this is called pi r square so pi you know what is the value of pi
3.14
yes 3.14 okay but that's not enough in computer way it is not enough so if you are writing 3.14 no problem right now we are writing 3.14 so this is called pi 3.14 r you know and square of that okay so the way of find out the area so we write one called variable it is called area 1 I'm naming that area underscore 1 because I'm finding two types of area with one process and with the second process. But in you need to do find any one thing. તમારે કોઈ બી તમે આમાંથી બંનેમાંથી એક બી કરશો તો that program will be okay. So area underscore 1 will be pi. So you know there is a 3.14 okay into r. So r is called radian RAD okay but if you know that I told you that the input what we are getting from the user this is called 12.3 it is in terms of what
str is a string
right it is in terms of string it is in data format of string so there you require to convert that if you are not converting that suppose I by mistake I do that so by exam mistake karsho if you are doing what is doing you just multiply that radian so RAD this radius with another value of radius okay so this is the one way so radius no square તમે આ રીતે કરી શકો 3.14 r એટલે radius into radius okay no problem તમને area મળ્યો now if you are what you are doing is you are printing that so this is called output of required value so whatever you require the output so it is called print what you require is area the area is the area of circle is so after is you can just simply put that area over here okay and if I run the program so it will run or not first thing it will show anything anywhere it will show the error
हाँ सर
क्या जगह
एरिया 1 है ने प्रिंट करवामा
શું પ્રિન્ટ કરવામાં
एरिया 1 is equal to 3.14 લખ્યા है ने
okay so
sir,
that one
area
thing is
down 1
area underscore 1 okay Now, what is the another? So now, if I run the program, it will run or not?
Sir, error આવશે.
Can you give me? Huh? બરાબર છે?
Because sir,
Everything
radian
is
is
fine.
not in. No, sir, radian is not in integer. Sir.
So the radius is not an integer, I think. So if I run the program, it look nice. So as per your view, the program will look nice. There is no error. But exactly what is the problem is that if I run this program and if I enter the value of that radius 12.3, then it will shows the error. Okay, so means that this the problem is where you're not converting that your input to the integer because you are float. If you're writing 12.3, it is float. If you're writing only 12, it will be integer. But I don't know what exactly user is giving input. User should input outside or no. But at least we know that if you are writing radius of a circle, then user understand that you need to enter only numbers. So it may be numbers, maybe in point also. It may be numbers in without point. So it may be integer or it may be float. So that is we know. It won't be string. User is that much of smart that it won't give a input as a string. So what we required is we need to convert our value to string or value to string or integer.
Integer.
Value to float or integer. So better to convert into float because if I'm converting to integer, suppose I'm converting to integer. So now I'm defining another variable that will converted value. So this is called your radius underscore converted. So your converted radius will be this much, and we are converting into integer. Okay, so integer. So I'm converting into integer. Okay. So now my new variable is called radius underscore conversion, radius underscore conversion. Okay. So I have just replaced that variable. If I run this program and I am entering the value as 3. Okay. So your answer is fine. No problem. But again, if I run this program and your input is given as 3.5, then again there is a problem because 3.5 is not able to convert to integer, right? So better to convert your integer to float only directly. So if it is a so better to convert into float. So I'm entering the value as 12, no problem. When entering as a 12.5, then also there should be no problem. Okay. So it will take any input from this one. But here you can see this the way of the process I can change also. The way of process I can change another way. Suppose I'm writing this program for another second process. Process called second type of process that I can define as area 2. And the another way to do that, I can just this radius convert a radius into again convert a radius. But if I need to multiply 5 times, then it is very complicated. So what I will do the power of that is a 2. Okay, simple. So if I write this thing as a area 2, another area 2, and also I getting the same result. So 12.5. So I'm getting same result. So this is the second type of process. Okay. So it can be anything. Just I'm telling that thing. Another type of process I'm going to see that here you're writing that 3.14, but exactly 3.14 the value of that mathematical value of that pi. Okay. it is not exactly 3.14, it is something else. Okay, so what you require is you require the what exact value of pi is. So you can write 3 to 10 or digit after that 1 4 14 પાછળ તમે ઘણા બધા digit લખી શકો છો, but it is not advisable. Okay, so what you exactly you read already we have in the last section we have seen that we already know that yes we need to
include math.
import. Okay, so we are importing that math or library or math library, and I can import that math pi from the math. So I can import something like math.py. Okay, so this math.py is basically your pi and another value. So if I'm talking about this third type of that, so if I'm writing this third type for 3, okay, if I run this problem, this 12.5, and what I'm getting the exact value of that circle. So you can see the difference between this first, second, third. So first, second will be same, third answer will be different than first 10 second. Why? Because we are taking the exact value of pi over there. Okay, so this is called you are writing 3 processes over there. So you can choose any processes and you can get the area, your output is the area. Okay, so this I am telling the way of output will be same. તમે જો output નો જે રસ્તો છે બધા માટે same છે, input નો way છે almost same છે, but the process for first, second, third process, you can see that the different processes are there. So this process of that heart of that is same. What is heart? You require this is called pi r square. This is heart of that problem solution. But how to convert to the solution from the pi r square, it is a different way. अलग अलग रस्ता છે એના કરવા માટે. Okay, so આ રીતે any program you can write, you can divide any program in 3 parts, and this way you can do that programming of any problem. Okay, so do you have any problem till now? You can share with me. Hey, કોઈને issue છે?
No, sir.
All clear?
હા સર.
બાકીના બધાનો કોઈનો રિસ્પોન્સ
Yes,
નથી
sir.
આવતો? Yes.
All
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All clear.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So we'll move towards the next problem. So this problem says that write a Python program which accepts a sequence of comma separated numbers from a user and generate a list and tuple with those numbers and also print the unique numbers only. So write down the problem. Just I am simplifying that problem. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which accepts sequence of write a Python program which accepts a sequence of comma separated numbers from user and generate a list and a tuple and also print unique numbers only. Okay, so this the problem is something like that. So we need to write a program which accepts a sequence of comma separated numbers. Okay, so first thing over here is we record input is. So input is what? Comma separated numbers. So something user is giving like that. This is called comma separated. So suppose like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. I can give the input. So user knows that I need to give the number with comma separated, this thing. Okay. So user is smart enough that so you know that. So it can give that numbers. Another thing, what should be the output? So output, so generate a list. So what list? Whose list is that? The numbers? Whatever number you are giving as an input, create a list of that and also tuple of that. Third thing you require is you need to print. You need to give output only unique numbers. Suppose I'm writing something like that 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5. So only unique numbers, whatever are there, that should be kept as output, and that duplicate numbers doesn't show in the output. So this is third concept you require. So input already you know. આઉટપુટમાં તમારે ત્રણ વસ્તુ છે, એક લિસ્ટ, એક છે તમારે જે નંબરનું ઇનપુટ આપ્યું એ જ નંબરનું લિસ્ટ બનાવવાનું, એ જ નંબરનું ટપલ બનાવવાનું, અને થર્ડ જે છે યુ ઓનલી રિક્વાયર ધી યુનિક નંબર્સ ઓનલી. ત્રણ વસ્તુ તમારે ધ્યાન રાખવાની છે એની અંદર. નાઉ ઇફ વિલ ક્રિએટ ધ so are you able to see that new tab of compiler? તમને નવું ટેબ દેખાય છે કમ્પાઇલર કે જૂનું દેખાય છે?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
New tab na? Okay.
Sir.
Okay. So what we first is we are taking as an input. So now this is the process of input is not simply that we are taking in the last problem. There only we are giving as a single input, but here we require the multiple input. So how to take the multiple input from user, that also we are discussing in the last section. So can you tell me how to take a multiple input from user? So what is the logic behind that? No idea?
Sir, we will first ask about input and then at last we will write a separate with comma.
Separate. So what exactly you are telling? I didn't get.
સર આપણે પહેલા કોઈ બી નંબર ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ ઇનપુટ કરીને શું કહેવાય બ્રેકેટ કરીને અંદર જે બી લખવું હશે આપણે કોટ્સમાં રાઇટ અ નંબર્સ અથવા ગીવ નંબર્સ, એના પછી એન્ડમાં સર ડોટ સેપરેટ કરીને કોમા સાથે એ લોકો કોમા કરીને જેટલા નંબર એડ કરશે એટલે મલ્ટિપલ ડેટા આવશે સર.
Okay. So
sir, by comparison, list comparison.
List comparison. Okay, another method. કાલે આપણે જે ડિસ્કસિંગ કર્યું તેના પરથી કોઈ મને સજેશન આપશે?
સર કાલ તમે શીખવાડો ડાયરેક્ટ લિસ્ટમાં કન્વર્ટ થઈ જાય કોમા સાથે, એ જ હતું ને સર?
હા. So what exactly that is?
સ્પ્લિટમાં
Yes.
Split sir. Sorry,
That
separate
split command we
split.
need to incorporate while writing the input section. Okay, so
split.
that we have seen the last section. So basically this thing you need to keep in mind. Okay, problem will be so much easier, but exactly what they are asking is something typical, we can say, some only on basic of some parameters. એક પેરામીટર એવો હશે કે જેના ઉપર એ લોકો ફોકસ કર્યું છે, and now this point is focusing on that split command. Why? Because if there is multiple way of taking input. Okay, you can directly input as a string, and then you can just separate the string. So this is a complex way. There is not simplest way. This is complex way to do that thing. You are not till you are not knowing that how to split that string. Okay? But the way you can do is you just use that split command that we have seen the last way. So we are what we are doing is we are doing that, we are taking the input, and after we are putting the split dot split after the input. Okay, so that will do. So first action I am writing taking input. Okay. So there you are taking as input, and that input will create a list that you know that. Yesterday we have seen that the problem we are putting the value as 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will create the list. So the variable over here, it is a list. So you can give any name. So I can give the name as user input, user number, user number. So whatever number user have given, numbers, okay, whatever user have given, that multiple number, okay, physical ni jagah multiple number I am writing the name for it, multi number, okay. So multiple numbers I am getting from that user input in terms of list. So what are the syntax for taking input? Input in that I can write a user that enter the comma separated numbers here. Something I can write. Enter the comma separated numbers here. Okay. So user understand that I need to enter the comma separated will, and the last I will write the forward slash. It is not necessary to write forward slash for bit of clarity. I'm writing that thing. Okay. So you can write simple without slash n. So simple I am running that code. It will run. Okay. Now I can input that 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And if I enter that, the number is entered. I can see that what will be the multi underscore. So I can see that multi underscore number is generated. This is called 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is the type of that? Type of that multi underscore number. I can see that called string. Okay. So here you can see directly whatever value I have taken as the input is a string, because as we know that whatever value you are taking from input is a string. But what I need is I need to separate that value with respect to comma. So what I need is I need to use split command over here, dot split, and which separator is there, your separator is comma. Okay. Now if I run this code and I am entering the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I'm see that this type of that input is called multi number. So if you see, that's a list. Okay. So we have created a list, and that list can be used further. Okay. So how to use that list further? So what we are doing is we are doing the thing is we will use the list. So what actually output is required? Process શું કરવાની છે એના માટે તમને output તો ખબર હોવી જોઈએ. Output ખબર, input મળી ગયું. Output શું છે? So you require the list of that particular number. So you just whatever you have taken the input, that is a list only. So first you can directly get output. So I am writing as output section over here, output, and this in between there is a process section. Okay, so no need to write anywhere. This is for your understanding. I'm writing this thing. So this output I'm writing that thing. This is simply print that list of given numbers is okay. Just simply paste this list multi number. Simple. So directly it will print numbers of 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the list of given numbers is list is created. Okay. Now another is called we need to require tuple also. Okay. So where the process is included now. So we need to convert the list to tuple. So list to tuple, how to convert list to tuple? So this is called multi number in terms of tuple. So
is equal to
name is,
tuple.
yes, tuple just
Tuple,
and the conversion.
comma,
So we need to
multi-num.
convert into tuple, and the variable which data types you need to convert into tuple. This is variable multi-number. Okay, so this is multi-number underscore tuple. It is in terms of tuple. So just I am copying this thing and putting in after that the tuple of given number is multi underscore number underscore tuple. So if I run this code, I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, and this thing will generate the tuple. So this is a tuple. So it is in small bracket. This is a we call list. That is in square bracket. Okay. So these two things we required as a output is called first is called list, second is called tuple. Now third problem is given like that. You need to keep only unique numbers. So how to do that? Can you suggest
Set,
any
sir.
solution for that?
The set.
Yes,
Set.
right. So basically, SAT will do that thing. So if you are taking as an input as a multiple numbers, if it may be duplicate also, but SAT will do the conversion to unique numbers. So simple this thing we are doing another type, but instead of tuple, I am writing SAT. SAT. So it will convert to SAT, and here I can write SAT. Okay, and the way of printing is something same as this. Set of given numbers or the unique numbers are the unique numbers are okay. So the unique numbers are, so we can write it as set. So if I'm running that code, I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5. We can see that the last thing will keep only unique numbers. Okay, so first and second will give you the repeated numbers, whatever input you have given that is written, and another it is called your unique numbers. So this is the way to write a program. Not the we are going to last example of today's session. Okay, clear આ તમારો સેકન્ડ તમારો પ્રોબ્લેમ જે છે
Sir.
આમાં કોઈને ડાઉટ કરો?
સર આમાં બધું ડિસેન્ડિંગ ઓર્ડર કેમ આવે છે?
Descending order means अच्छा जी numbers
4,
તમને
3.
बतावे છે. What basically what it will do, it will first keep the unique numbers. So if you'll see that your 4 is unique. Okay, so after unique number if you'll see the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 duplicate છે, yes. 2 duplicate છે, yes. 3 duplicate છે, yes. 4 unique છે, right. Now if it is 4 is unique, it will keep it a first number. What then it will do, what it will do is it will check 1 is unique or not. Yes, if it is unique or not, it will check that is a one number is unique. No, it is not unique, it is a duplicate. Since it will check the second number, it will check the third number, like that it will checking the numbers. So like that way it will put the sequence of that number. Okay, so it is not basically what we need is we need only numbers. What may be sequence is that it doesn't matter. Okay, we need the unique numbers, so we are getting the unique numbers over there. Clear?
સર કોડ છે કે એસેન્ડિંગ ડિસેન્ડિંગ?
Numbers no conversion karvana. Yes, there is a code is there to convert or you can keep their numbers in ascending orders or descending orders. From lower to higher side also you can keep that numbers. Also you can do your own program to do that ascending and descending. So that will see in the next session. It is called loop. So we are doing the looping program. So you check that every element of that, and if you check that every element is greater than previous element or not, then it will change the value of that inside the numbers. Okay. A next looping mouse. So it is till now it is a bit complicated for you. So we are not going to discuss that thing. Okay. Next after section આપણે ascending descending નો બી આવશે આપણા માટે. એ બી જોઈશું. Okay. Okay. So next the last program problem is we are talking about is it not need to તમને બતાવવા કરતા બોલવા કરતા હું તમને just તમને લખીને બતાવું છું, એ લખેલો બતાવું છું, so you can understand better that program. So this program is something like that. So you can see that program. Okay, the program is something like that. Write a Python program that accept an integer. कोई भी integer, it accept an integer. So the condition is user need to enter the integer number only. So suppose I am entering number 5. Okay. Now if I entering the number 5, what it need to do is, so it need to compute the value of n. So if it is a 5 plus n means 55 plus n 555 555. Okay, so then it will do the summation of 5 plus 55 plus 555. So whatever summation of that, it will display to output. So this is the problem. Are you getting the problem? If I'm entering number as a 2, then it will show the output as a 2 plus 22 plus 222. So whatever summation of that means 222 વત્તા 22 વત્તા 2 એટલે કેટલું થશે 222 વત્તા 22 એટલે 244 પ્લસ 2 મતલબ 246. So output is 246. Okay, so whatever number you are giving as an input, integer number is asking, an integer number will need to be converted in this way. Okay, so how to solve this problem? Okay, so now I need your input for this program. Okay, so I am writing as a comment. Okay, this is a comment. So the one thing I can write that. So while writing the comment, I can put a has also. I can put as a triple inverted comma. So I can keep that whole bunch as a comment also. Okay, now our problem no solution કેવી રીતે થશે? Input I can accept number. There is a simple method to accept the number. Okay, integer number. Okay, so that input I can get simple. So input માટે કોઈ problem નથી. Now how to, what is the heart of this program? So what is the process to do that calculation? Okay, sir.
Sir, we will multiply the first with 1, then plus with 11, and then with 111.
Okay, if we'll multiply this thing with 1, okay, second one with 11, okay, and third with 111. Okay, now if I am putting
But sir, for only 0 to 9.
if I'm putting as a 10 or 11, then won't be possible, right? So
Yes.
So what should be the solution?
Sir, assignment operators.
Assignment operators, how? How to do that with assignment operator?
Sir, one second. 11 હોય તો 11 થશે ને સેકન્ડ માં n છે ત્યાં
11 હશે તો 11 નહીં, it is called 1111. 4 એકડા થઈ જશે.
1111 અને સર થર્ડ માં 6 ટાઈમ
111111, કારણ કે 11 તો એક જ નંબર છે ને, તો 11 11 11 11 એમ એવું.
અને સર લાસ્ટ માં પ્લસ સમ લાવવાનો છે, એડિશન લાવવાનો છે કે ખાલી
એડિશન ઓફ 11 પ્લસ 1111 પ્લસ 11111 એટલે 11 વત્તા 11 વત્તા જે પછી આગળ નંબર થતો હોય એ રીતે એનું એડિશન થશે, બરોબર? ના, એડિશન નો આન્સર તમારે લાવવાનો છે. સો what is the process of that?
સર એક વખત આપણે n ના છે સ્ટ્રિંગ લઈશું, ફર્સ્ટ ટાઈમ ઇનપુટ લઈશું એટલે સ્ટ્રિંગ મળશે, પછી એ સ્ટ્રિંગ ને તરત બીજી સ્ટ્રિંગ જોડે મલ્ટીપ્લાય કરશું સર 2 ટાઈમ, અને પછી પ્લસ કરીને એને 3 વખત કરશું, રેઝ ટુ ડબલ સ્ટાર કરીને 3 વખત, અને પછી એ બધાને ઇન્ટીજર માં કન્વર્ટ કરી દઈશું.
Okay, very good. So the process we can do is, first we can take his input. So already we know that input is always in string. So I'm doing this fast because the time is lesser. 2 મિનિટ ઉપર તમારો વધારે ટાઈમ લીધો છે અને 2 વાગ્યા 2 મિનિટની વાત છે. Okay,
So I'm taking as an integer as an input. I'm writing number. Number as an input. So number is input. Enter the integer number from user. User will input the integer number. Now what I need to do is, I know that number is in string format. So not what I will do, I will just simply multiplying that string with 2 and multiply with string with 3. So as in the first, I think second or third lecture, I have did that. If I'm multiplying that integer with 2, what it will do? It will just multiplying the string with that string. So if I'm just for the sake of information, I am doing that. I'm taking an input as I am taking as a 5. Now what I will do, I will just multiply this number with 2. What it will do? It will do 55. Why? Because it is a string. It is not a number. If it is number, then it will 5 into 2 means it should be 10. But as we know that input is always in string, and string multiplied with integer, then it will, what it do? It will double, or it will concatenate these two string. If I concatenate again 3 types, it will do the 3 3 3 5 5 5. Simple thing. Now what I need is, I know that I need a string that is something like that. So first, so this is, we are dividing in 3 parts of this summation. So this is part 1. It is simply number, but it should be in integer. So I can convert that number into integer from here also. So I have converted to integer. Second part, underscore 2, integer of what? Number into 2. Same way, third part of that summation into 3. So this is 3 part of sum, 1, part 2, and part 3. Now total summation was called summation sum is equal to part 1 plus part 2 plus part 3. Okay. So now I am adding 3 this value as a part 1 plus part 2 plus part 2. And this summation is simple mathematical summation, because part 1 is in integer, part 2 is in integer, part 3 is in integer. Now I can print that thing, print the summation is code, and I am writing as a 5, and output, what is saying that I number 6. Sorry, part 1 is not defined. Sorry, part underscore 1, not part 1. Run the code part 1 5. The summation is 615. Okay, so like that we can check for 246. Okay, are you getting this thing? આમાં કોઈને doubt? બહુ ફાસ્ટ કર્યું છે, કદાચ કોઈને મિસ થઈ ગયો હતો. હા,
No, sir.
No, sir, no doubt.
ક્લિયર? બાકી ના ભાઈ?
Yes, sir.
હા સર.
Yes, sir.
કોઈ ડાઉટ ભાઈ? સચિન, આમાં ખ્યાલ આવે છે? સચિન?
સર અલ્પેશ સર અમને એડ કરે છે.
ઓકે, જસ્ટ આઈ એમ જસ્ટ નીકળું છું, બરોબર? ઓકે, ખાલી કોણ નથી? દિલીપ નથી. ઓકે, ઓકે, તો આજનું સેશન આપણે કમ્પ્લીટ કરીએ છીએ અહીંયા. ઓકે, બાય.